Hey there everyone, welcome to Violet's Dream Tarot. So today we're doing a predictions video kind of for the whole of 2021, but I'm not doing like a month by month thing or anything like that. I'm going to be looking at what the main themes of 2021 are going to be for you, and by that I mean, is this going to be a big year for love? Is there going to be a lot of change in your career? What kind of people are going to be the most important people to you in this year? That sort of thing. So where you're going to see the main changes in the new year, or where you're going to see maybe just a lot of opportunity in the new year. So what the main themes or focuses of the next year are going to be for you. So as always, we've got 3 piles here, and I've put these little Christmas themed / wintry themed cards on them. So for pile 1, we've got this Snowman Biscuit, and we're using the Dark Mansion Tarot for pile 1. And just ask yourself, what can I expect from 2021, or what are the main themes going to be for me in the next year? Pile 2, we've got Skating, Father Christmas, and the Fairy Tarot. There's different numbers on these cards as well. This one's 65, this one's 55, and this one is 20, and it's like a bundle of holly with some candy canes here. And that's pile 3, and we'll be using the Happy Tarot with pile 3. So you might feel drawn to more than one pile, and that's okay. If that's the case, you might find that you only resonate with about half of each pile. And as always, please just take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. If something doesn't feel like it's your message, then just let it go and listen to see if there's anything else there that resonates with you, because this is a general reading on YouTube. It's not a private reading. So there is a chance that not everything will resonate with you, because these messages have got to reach a lot of different people. As always, I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons, including Alexandra, Kat, Jeanette, Kelly, and Chris. Thank you so much for all of your support. And yeah, whenever you're ready, I'm going to start with pile number 1. Just pause the video if you need more time, if you need to look at the piles a bit longer. And I always say choose intuitively. So let's say you just really love Father Christmas and you want to pick that pile because you love Father Christmas, but actually your eyes keep being drawn to the bunch of holly, then it's more likely that the bunch of holly will have accurate messages for you rather than the Father Christmas pile, if you see what I mean. So go by your intuitive choice, and I'm going to get started now with pile number 1. Hi group 1, so if you chose the Snowman cookie and the Dark Mansion Tarot, then this is going to be your reading. So let's take a look, see what the cards have to say first about your main themes, or what areas of your life will see the most important changes or important events in the next year. And then when we've got all the cards out, we'll do your charms and dice as well, like always, so make sure you stay for that and get your full reading. So group 1. Okay. Okay, so we don't seem to be getting any more cards from here, so we'll just take what we've got now. We've actually got more than I thought, because some of them came out all together. So we've got the 2 of Swords, first of all. Then the 10 of Cups, beautiful card. Page of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. And Queen of Pentacles. So some kind of similar related cards coming out. So I'm seeing Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn coming out for this pile. So air and earth signs most prominently. I think there's going to be a lot of progression in terms of career and education. So if you're still studying, I think you're going to see a lot of progress in your studies, or maybe in terms of what you want for your career. So you might be getting some experience in career, or you're saving some money each week or each month just to try and get ready to move on to the next step. If you're working, then I think you're going to see possible promotion opportunities or bonus opportunities. Some of you will be looking to change career, but I'm getting the sense that if you're changing career, you're not going down a peg, like you're progressing, because we've got Knight of Pentacles and then Queen of Pentacles, which seems like a natural kind of seamless progression. So I think you're going to see change when it comes to career and finances as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you're able to save some money in the next year, or possibly just start earning more in general. I also seeing a lot of kind of sociable opportunities in the next year, and just in general, I think you're going to have some really lovely memories, time spent with people. You know, I think you're going to have some really lovely times with your friends and family. It feels like more of a sociable year than this year possibly has been for you. So some nice events to look forward to in 2021. And then interestingly, I think you're also going to learn a lot, regardless of whether you're studying still or not. I think you're just going to keep learning a lot in this year. You might literally try and start studying something, like joining a course, or you're just going to be expanding your knowledge constantly. That's the kind of energy that I get. And I almost feel like you're going to be, in a sense, spoilt for choice in the next year. And I kind of am leaning towards it being spoilt for choice with regards to relationships, because we've got this Two of Swords and Ten of Cups here. So either there is like a big social event that you're not sure you want to go to or can go to, like say someone's getting married, you're not sure you can get the time off work, or you're not sure you can afford to go, or you don't even want to go, but you're afraid of what people would think if you didn't go. Or there's just going to be like a lot of events that you're invited to, or opportunities to socialize in the new year, and you know, you're not sure you can go to all of it. There's this constant kind of should I, shouldn't I, can I do that, can I not do that? Maybe two important events are on the same date or very close to each other, and that causes an issue for you. So I just want to tie this mainly into the sphere of relationships and social events, I think. So let's see what your oracle cards have to say, because I've got loads of decks waiting to be used here. So main themes 2021, group 1. More, the sea, 25. Okay, lovely. So that's about traveling, voyages. So you might have the opportunity to travel in the new year. And it's also about female ancestors. So possibly spending more time with your mother, aunts, grandmother, etc., or doing something to honor like a female ancestor or parent or grandparent, etc., who has passed on. I feel like that's going to be relevant to some of you. Hex, banishment. Okay, so getting rid of things or possibly people as well from your life that you just can't deal with anymore, or who you just don't want around in your life anymore. I get the feeling that it's possibly to do with people, because sometimes when I get that card, I think of it being like, you know, leaving a job or clearing out your house or something, like just getting rid of old energies or stagnant energies. But I think for some reason this is connected to relationships. So maybe some of you are finally blocking someone or finally moving on from someone who has kind of been lingering in your life. Maybe some of you are just trying to actively pull away from people that you just know aren't fulfilling you anymore in whatever relationship they have to you. Two of Forces, the Willow. Okay, it's interesting. We've also got a lot of kind of watery energy coming in here now. So Two of Forces is about staying strong, staying in your power. Even when things can be emotionally kind of sentimental or overwhelming, you're still going to stand in your power. And you're not going to be afraid of what people say, or you're not going to kind of break under pressure. Definitely feels like some of you have struggled with relationships recently, that there's been maybe a person or group of people who you just don't want to be around anymore, but you're struggling to find the words to say it, or you're just not sure how to go about the whole thing. So definitely a lot here about increasing your power in the new year. listening, 53. Okay, so this kind of has a dual meaning for me. It's not just about you listening to others, it's also about you making sure that your voice is being heard. So I do think that one of the big themes in the next year for you is going to be relationships, and trying to have relationships that are qualitative rather than quantitative. I think you're really starting to think about how you don't want loads and loads of friends or loads of acquaintances if they're not going to be there for you. Like, you would rather have people, a few hand-chosen people who really do care and are there for you when you need them and who really understand you, rather than a massive social circle that you have to keep up with but who won't give you the support you need when you need it. Then we have the thinking man, number 46. So this may be an important person in your life. It may be the person that we're talking about, that there's a man in your life who's kind of intellectual. Maybe this Page of Swords character, who you just aren't getting anything out of anymore. It could be a friend, romantic partner, brother, colleague even, you know, someone that you just feel, I don't want you in my life anymore. And on that note, I'm going to pull you some archetype cards to see who are the most important people or the most significant people for you in the next year, because they might not be like your most favorite people, but the ones who are going to have the biggest impact on you in your life in 2021. And these may be people you know already or new people who are going to come into your life. Okay, so we've got 3 cards. First of all, we have Guide. Light attribute represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Now, you don't have to have someone who has both of these attributes. It could just be one. You might also find that one of these people isn't in your life and that's a message for someone else. So Guide is the first one. Then we have Avenger. Light attributes desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Shadow attribute resorting to violence in the name of a cause. And then we have Addict. Light attribute helps you to recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attributes compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So these are the people or the kinds of people that are going to be the most significant for you in 2021. They're going to have the biggest impact on your life. So then your work affirmation card is money. And this is interesting because I said that I feel as though some of you are going to get promoted or you're going to save money, just increasing your financial wealth in general. So this says, I deserve to make money and I invite financial abundance into my life by mailing out hundreds of gilded envelopes that say, your presence is required, please RSVP. If the desire to make more money seems selfish or shallow, I remind myself that money is the only path to food, shelter, and a secure retirement. Then watch myself quickly shut up and get back to hustling. Those gilded envelopes won't pay for themselves. So it's possible that some of you feel guilty about the thought of working to earn more money, or you maybe even feel uncomfortable about the thought of being wealthy because you feel like that just doesn't define you, and there's a little bit of imposter syndrome going on there. But this is just reminding you that you really shouldn't think of it in that way, and money is just a tool after all. And I can't remember where I read it, but I once read something that said, you know, would you feel uncomfortable or awkward about having lots of shovels? Like, shovels are a tool as well. So if you think, you know, oh, I feel guilty because I have more shovels than my parents ever did, or I have more shovels than my next door neighbor, it starts to sound ridiculous, but that's how people feel about money sometimes. So you can help reframe the way you think about money by thinking of it as just another tool in life. Okay, then we have Phoenix. Wow, that's a special card. So I'm going to read from the guidebook for that, but I'll just get you your final card before we do, so that we can just go on to charms and dice when I've done that. This is your affirmation for the year ahead. Intuition. Through my subconscious, I trust my inner wisdom and intuition. Right, so you're being asked to be more intuitive or more trusting of your intuitive guidance in the coming year. So let's see what the Phoenix card says. It's one of the special cards in this deck. And Phoenix is connected to the root chakra. So this is about freedom from suffering and past karma, as well as reincarnation. The Phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The Phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication, and that's called tapas. The essence of the Phoenix is with us when we realize that we have been suffering too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At that very moment, the spark of the Phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and dead weight fall into the ashes, and a lightness and clarity emerge. Okay, I really like that. And I think it's interesting, actually, what this card is saying about overcoming difficult patterns and freedom from suffering and burning through past karma. And it kind of feels to me like these people are going to be helpful to help you with that journey. So guide, avenger, and addict seem like the right kinds of people to help guide you along through that. Okay, so we're going to get your charms on top now. Group 1, and just as usual, my little warning, 2-second warning, if you don't like the sound of the charms, or if you have your volume turned up high, you might just want to turn it down a little bit while I shuffle, because they can be a bit loud, and I know not everyone likes the sound of the charms. So, Group 1, main themes or main changes in 2021. Okay, so you've actually got quite a lot of charms here. I'm seeing optimistic, which is the Sagittarius charm, and that landed on the addict card, so that could be that person's sign or one of their main signs. We've also got the lobster claw, so some of you don't want to let go of something. This could be this addictive behavior or thought patterns that someone's going to help you overcome. Winter is going to be an important time for you. And as that's landed on the Sea card, that may be the time when you're able to travel in the next year. We have this big star and also this star. Stars are all about hope and optimism, having faith, being guided. You can see a lot of you have had like a blocked heart chakra as well. You've been uncertain about relationships or hurt in relationships, and therefore you've been protecting yourselves. But there is some romance coming up in the next year, because it seems like someone wants to kiss you, or you develop a crush on someone. There's this kind of nice flirtatious energy going on there. So I expect that heart chakra to become unblocked, at least to an extent. We've got this healthy charm there. So healthier behaviors, healthier thought patterns, maybe about physical health as well, trying to get more active or more toned or something like that. See, some of you have really been doubting yourselves as well. And with this landing kind of crossed between the banishment card and then that card about your own power, I really feel like you're trying to eliminate the things or the people or the mindsets that keep you feeling powerless. So maybe there is people in your life who make you feel worthless, or who make you feel like you're constantly trying to get their approval or their attention or something, and it's taking its toll on your mental health and the way that you view yourself, and that's partly about what needs to be changed. So I can see the skeleton in the closet here as well. So there is some past issue that is going to be dealt with in the new year. It's going to be a lot more stable than this one has been for you. I think you've had a rough time recently and you're just, you know, you've got this faith that's keeping you going. Property of Davy Jones is interesting. The fact that this has come up on the money card makes me think that some of you have debts that you're hoping to clear. And maybe that's the skeleton in the closet. Maybe that's what makes you feel bad about yourself, because this is the reverse of the treasure map charm. So property of Davy Jones. Then we have got the crocodile here attached to this musical symbol. So crocodile for me is all about someone who has an ulterior motive. They may not necessarily be a toxic person, but they can be manipulative because they have their own agenda. And so the creativity there may be connected to this person's job or their personality. But that seems to be connected with what you're getting rid of or what you're processing in the new year. There's some sentimentality as well, which is possibly why you don't want to move on or let go. But I see things happening quite unexpectedly. You've got bits of the very broken explosion charm here. The wooden charms always get a battering in the tin because the tin's metal. Most of the charms are metal, so they just end up getting broken if they're quite thin. But the explosion just always means something happening suddenly, maybe unexpectedly. So I do see a lot of dynamic change happening there. Then you have the words brave and warrior. Wow, brave warrior. Wonderful. Really connected to this phoenix energy and the addict energy as well. And then you have the shell. So that is Lady Aphrodite or Venus, however you prefer to call her. So the Greek and Roman goddess of love and beauty is coming towards you. She's going to help you in this year ahead. I would say she's also connected to the sea card because she's meant to have been born from the foam of the waves. But also this card is related just to all sea deities. So Manannán mac Lia is mentioned in the guidebook because it's a Celtic oracle, but Neptune, Poseidon, Triton, just any sea deities would be connected to this card. So let's get your dice on top as well. Okay, so we're rolling the first set of dice for you, which is the fantasy dice. These ones. Love these dice. And we're rolling 7 of them for you today. So, group 1, next year. Interesting. We've got the Magician there, which is good. That's all about you being more confident, you taking the initiative, changing things for yourself. There's lovely energies there of you being able to do things, regaining your own power. The tiara as well, or the crown, definitely again about giving yourself back the power to make decisions. I think some of you have recently been involved with someone, probably romantically because it's the frog dice, and they just haven't turned out to be the right person for you. So I am seeing that you're finally realizing that someone is just not the best fit for you and it's best to move on. But I also get themes of change and adaptability with that dice. Creativity, writing things down as well. I'm hearing like writing down your feelings or keeping a diary of how things are changing for you, and more sociable things as well, because this makes me think of socializing, and this makes me think of wanting to socialize. Like you're putting out that call for people to come back into your life or to hear how other people are. So I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot more socializing for you in the coming year, and that you're going to have people around you to support you and help you. And then also we have Icarus there, flying too close to the sun. So I feel like in some way you have been risking something recently, because obviously Icarus, he flies too close to the sun and it brings about his death because he has kind of been too arrogant in a way. And I feel like some of you have just been in negative relationship patterns, thought patterns, maybe allowing yourself to get too stressed out with no downtime, these kinds of things. And you just realize now that something needs to change, like something has to give, because you can't keep going on in the way that you are in your day-to-day life. So something needs to change about your routine or how you're going about things so that it's a healthier environment for you. So just take that however it resonates. And I really hope you enjoyed this, Group 1. It looks like a very interesting year with a lot of change coming about and a lot of really good people who genuinely care about you. Please do let me know in the comments how it resonated with you. I do love reading all your comments and I try to reply to all of them as well. Do give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. These things really help my videos get seen by more people, so you are helping out the channel and me as well whenever you do something like that. Yeah, I also have links in the description box if you want to get more involved with what I do or show your support in a different way. So you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram or Bilibili if that interests you. You can become a patron on my Patreon page. I've got exclusive content over on there that you unlock straight away. And you also get monthly individual rewards as well, depending on what tier you're in, and just get to know me a little bit better on there as well. I'm still offering angel healing sessions over on my Etsy page, and you can donate a deck to the channel if you really want to. I've got an Amazon wish list for new tarot and oracle decks, so if you're feeling incredibly generous, like some people were, because some of these decks have been donated, then definitely go and check that out. And if you just want to leave a little tip or donation, that's also really gratefully received. I have a PayPal link for that, which helps me keep making these videos. You guys are so generous. You are really, really kind in the little messages you leave me, and I'm just so grateful to all of you for being here. And I genuinely hope that you have a wonderful year ahead with lots of happiness and joy and love and positive change as well, because I think that's what we all want at the moment, is some positive change. So thank you for watching, Group 1. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Hi there, Group 2. If you chose Skating, Father Christmas and the Fairy Tarot, then this is going to be your reading. So let's see what the cards have to say first, and then when I've done all of your cards and oracle cards, we'll get your charms and dice on top as well, like always. So make sure you stick around for that and get your full reading. So, main themes, main areas of change in your life in 2021. So we've got the Star, Wheel of Fortune, Six of Acorns, which is the Six of Wands, Seven of Leaves, or Seven of Swords, Three of Leaves, or Swords, and the World. Interesting, lots of major arcana cards here. So I feel like this is going to be an important year for you, Group 2. So I am seeing Aquarius coming through as like the main sign. I'm not really seeing any other zodiac signs coming through at this time. I think there's going to be a lot of important progress for you. I do see there being a lot of good changes, a lot of good news, new opportunities is kind of what I'm hearing as well. And I think a lot of you are going to excel in your professional realm, or in certain skills that you're hoping to have in the next year, or improve in the next year. I really feel that people are going to see you in a very positive light. People are going to see you as hardworking, someone who gets the job done, someone who's to be respected. I think a lot of people are going to compliment you in the coming year as well about your abilities, your achievements, the hard work you do, etc. I think you're going to see positive results if you have exams, for example, or if you're applying for something like a new job or trying to get into a course or some kind of institution. I think you're going to do well as far as that's concerned. And yeah, I mean, the Star plus the Wheel of Fortune is just really, really lovely energy of lots of new hope, lots of positive things coming your way. And the World as well also kind of signifies a sense of completion. I think a lot of you are going to be completing cycles in 2021. So some of you might be finishing a course of study, for example, or you might be ending a certain career and moving on to something new. I also feel like some of you are going to be ending relationships or moving on from relationships in 2021. I think a lot of you have been really disappointed this year in relationships. Maybe people haven't been there for you as much as you wanted them to be, or maybe you had a crush on someone which didn't work out, or you had a relationship which didn't work out, and 2021 is about moving on from that. I think you're going to find out a lot of who your friends are in 2021, because when I see these cards, I think that there is going to be just some kind of revelation of who you can really trust. With Seven of Swords, I think about things happening that you weren't aware of before, or people kind of saying things and then it gets round back to you and you think, well, I don't need you in my life. I don't need that energy around me, because that's just pulling me down rather than lifting me up. So I think there's going to be a lot of clarity in this year for you as well, a lot of truth and understanding. So let's see what the oracle cards want to say. I've got plenty of those for all different areas of your life. So group 2. Wow, okay, the same as group 1 actually. You've got 25 more, the sea. So this represents all sea deities like Manannán Mac Lia, Venus, Aphrodite, Triton, Neptune, Poseidon, all deities associated with the sea, water elementals as well. Some of you might be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And this is about travel. So some of you are going to have travel opportunities coming up in the new year that you just did not have in this year. And it's also about honoring female ancestors, female relatives. So some of you may be doing something to honor like a grandmother or a mother or an aunt or a sibling even in this year. You're just doing something in their honor, or you're traveling to see a female relative. Really interesting. Beltane, fertility. Okay, so Beltane could be an important time for you. In the new year, Beltane is around the 1st of May, but I don't want to specifically tie it to that date. I'm just going to say like around that time could be important for you. You might get important communication or results then, or new opportunities coming to you at that time. Fertility is interesting. Obviously, it can mean physical fertility, like some of you are trying to have children or may unexpectedly conceive or something like that. But fertility in more of a general view is about, again, abundance, opportunities, doing something really well, because I do see a lot of success for you in this year. I feel like you're going to get positive results for your work. And when I say work, I'm not just talking about like career work. I'm talking about effort that you put in is going to be well rewarded in this year. There's a lot of very fertile energy for you in the year 2021, especially because I'm seeing like these round circles, which to me are all about fulfillment, completion, abundance. And of course, this number is 21. Okay, so then here we've got the Queen of Skulls, Caught in the Ruins, number 16, and The Lookout, number 17. Now they did all land upside down, so I will read them upside down. Let me get the guidebook for you. So, yeah, Caught in the Ruins in the reverse. So this is about a horrible, dark, or confining situation coming to an end, discovering that you can break free from self-imposed limits. And again, we've been talking about, endings and completion here. Escaping from the prison of past histories and incorrect past beliefs, moving into the green growth to harvest what your new efforts and power create. So very tied into what we've been saying. Remember to stay on course, as these old histories have a tendency to pull you back. If you start to slip, catch yourself. Recreate the new thoughts and actions of the new you. You've stepped into your power and it's yours forever. So that's a really gorgeous message for you, group 2. Then the Lookout in the reverse is about someone seeming to fall and lose their position, but being free from the heat of the battle. So again, I feel like this is connected to whatever this is about here with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Swords. So let me just explain what it says here. It says you may find yourself in the throes of a sudden and difficult loss. So maybe losing a job, losing a relationship, losing a major creative opportunity. But as painful and challenging as that might seem, it is truly a gift in disguise. This loss actually takes you out of a conflict and sets you free to reach for an even higher opportunity. You don't have to be on the defensive any longer. You're on your way to a larger than life. Okay, so what seems in the moment to be a difficult thing or a negative thing, like having to tell a friend that you just can't be around them anymore because they're actually very negative as an influence on you, or losing out on a job opportunity or a travel opportunity or something like that, having someone break up with you or being the person to break up with someone, what seems like these negative experiences actually is the catalyst for something better. It's the catalyst for change. And then with the Queen of Scrolls in reverse, it's talking about some kind of separation from an intellectual female who has strong communication skills or who works in a marketing or communication field. So, you know, you may fall out with this person or break up with this person or just feel a distance between yourself and this person. And yeah, it can also indicate that you, if you feel represented by the Queen of Scrolls, may lose a work position or communication ability with someone else. So the sense of uncertainty, but as we've talked about, it's going to lead to a better experience in the future. So again, I'm really interested now to see what the rest of your cards pick up. A lot of change coming for you in the new year. Okay, you've got 3 cards jumping out. Number 36, second chakra, Archangel Ariel. 26, hostilities. And 25, deceit. So you've got 25 coming through twice because this card is number 25. Yeah, so this card is about the sacral chakra, all about intimacy and creativity. When it lands in the upright position, it's saying that things are going well there and you may be even paying more attention to that chakra. Hostilities and deceit, again, it's this Seven of Swords feeling, isn't it? It's this feeling of finding out that someone wasn't really your friend, or that someone created a problem for you, or feeling like you had an opportunity that then turns out not to be given to you. Really interesting. I think you are going to figure out who you can trust in this year. And I think as well, some of you may lose a creative opportunity because that seems connected to these 2 cards. But like I said, it leads you on to something better because again, dry desert, number 31, that card is all about feeling like you have no opportunity or feeling like you're in a harsh environment, but actually all you need to do is adapt a little bit and you'll find that you actually thrive in this new environment. So it's really interesting that you're getting these kind of repeated messages. It feels like the cards are just desperate to reassure you that what you think is a negative thing actually will not be. And I'm seeing a lot of kind of yellowy, orangey, reddish colors here as well. Okay, and now I've pulled you some archetype cards, and you've got quite a few, because I wanted to know who were going to be the most important people in your life in 2021. So when I say most important, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily your favorite people in this upcoming year. It just means that they're going to be the most significant people, the ones who play like the biggest part in your life or who have the biggest impact in your life in the coming year. So the first card is Martyr. Light attribute, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Shadow attribute, addiction to self-pity. And the people that we're talking about, they might not have both attributes, you know, it might just be one that applies to them. But keep a lookout for these people. Your next one is Knight. Light attributes, loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. Shadow attributes, allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Then we have Healer. Light attributes, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Shadow attributes, taking advantage of those who need help. failing to care for oneself. And Servant, light attribute, delights in serving others with a free and loving heart. Shadow attribute, uses the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. So these are the main people that are going to have big impacts on your life in the next year. And these may be people that you already know, or they may just be new people coming into your life in 2021. Okay, then we've got 2 work affirmation cards. The first one is Tolerance. I observe the cast of colourful characters that a busy life presents, and I rewrite the role of the ones I need to. Anyone annoying becomes entertaining, and anyone intolerable becomes someone truly fascinating who belongs in either a museum or a science lab. Because seriously, what is actually going on there? Okay, so learning to kind of cope with the different kinds of people that you come across in the workplace, or if you're studying, like the people that you are on the same course as you, etc. Not allowing people to push your buttons. And then the next card is Fulfillment. I set my sights on a totally fulfilling life and will settle for nothing less. Jobs are like relationships, and I can always choose to break up and move on, knowing that something more satisfying and blissful is around the corner. It must be there, right? Because I've looked everywhere else, and how many places can bliss and satisfaction possibly be hiding? Exactly. So some of you are moving on from a job. You're choosing to walk away from a job that, while it might be well paying, or it might be what you've wanted to do for a long time, turns out to just not be fulfilling for you. Dolphin. Okay, so Dolphin is your Wild Unknown Spirit Animal Oracle card, and I'll just get you your work affirmation card, and then I'll read from this guidebook for you, because then we can move on to your charms and dice when I've done that. Okay, so your affirmation card is Connect. I create strong emotional connections with the important people in my life. Okay, so yeah, I kind of get this energy that some of you feel like you can go it alone. You know, you don't feel like you need people's support all the time, or you don't feel like you need a strong support group around you all the time. You're someone who kind of tends to just get through difficult experiences on your own without turning to other people. I think partly because you don't always want to overshare, or you don't always want to let people know that you're struggling, because you're afraid that that would mean that they stop respecting you, or that they kind of know that you have a certain weakness. But this is saying, look, it's important that you do just need to connect to others. You need to talk to other people, and you don't need to overshare. You know, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you don't need to say exactly what's going on with your life, but having that connection with other people and spending time with other people is important for you. Very important for you in this year ahead. So let's get the Dolphin card. Let's read that from the guidebook. That's obviously a water elemental card, so you have got a few kind of repeated symbols in that sense. So Dolphin is innately intelligent, a healer, brings light and blessings. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with a dolphin type will change the entire course of your day and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on the way. And it's interesting because they were talking about the wheel of karma, and that's what this fairy is riding on there, this wheel of fortune. So I think that's interesting. And again, we've been talking about a big change coming. And in fact, I feel like lots of changes are coming and lots of new opportunities are coming your way. So I like that it's been talking about a blessing. Yeah, so let's move on to your charms, group 2. And just my quick disclaimer before I start shuffling. If you don't like the sound of these charms, like the metal charms being shuffled, because they can be quite loud, or if you have the volume turned up really high, especially if you're wearing headphones, you might just want to turn it down a little bit while I shuffle them, because I know not everyone likes the sound of the charms. So group 2, main themes, main changes in 2021. Okay, so we've got the letter P and the letter Z, although that kind of looked like an N because it fell like that, so you could take either of them, I guess. Those could be people's names, they could be place names, they could be words associated with this year for you. This charm actually fell out while I was shuffling. That's like the Pearl of Wisdom charm. So there's going to be some deep understanding, some deep wisdom coming to you in this year. There's also the Leo charm, the lion there, and Friendly, which is the Aquarius charm. And obviously we got Aquarius earlier on in this reading as well. So Friendly is nice. It feels like you're going to be making some new friends. There's going to be some nice friendly energy around you. You're also taking time to meditate or de-stress, do yoga, something that helps you stay mindful in the moment, because I do sense that obviously change can be very scary, or it can feel like a lot of things are happening at once outside of your control. Definitely see you taking back your power in this year, because we've got this big crown there, which is about you choosing to be the one to make the decisions in your life, choosing to take your power back. There's going to be more stability once this change has happened. Things are going to settle down nicely for you. And I think, as I said, the way that it settles is going to be a lot more positive than you'd expected. There's also going to be a change in the way that you think in this year, a shift in your mindset of sorts. And then I can see like a few things indicating that there's going to be a time where you just aren't sure how things are going to work out, because you've got this hot and cold, uncertain energy, and then the rocking horse, which is like, you know, it moves backwards and forwards. It doesn't really go anywhere. So I feel like there is going to be this energy where you're thinking, oh, what's going to happen? You know, how is this going to work out? How is this going to change? There's a little bit of worry, but of course, everything does work out. I've got this lovely big key there. And Lady Aphrodite coming out for you again, or Venus, the Greek and Roman goddess of love and beauty. She wants to help you. She also came out for group 1, but with a different charm, so that's really interesting. You have the Black Knight there, so this could be an interesting new stranger coming into your life, or someone who withholds their motives from you. And because it landed on this card, and because we've got the Deceit card as well, I do feel as though there's going to be someone who's kind of saying one thing to your face and saying something else behind your back. And, you know, that could be at work, like a manager saying, oh, don't worry, you'll definitely get this job, and then you turn out not to get it. Or, you know, someone pretending to be your friend and it turns out they aren't, or someone agreeing to do something with you and then they let you down by cancelling at the last minute. You know, it's that kind of energy. And I really feel like whoever this turns out to be, you would do well to distance yourself from this person, because this person seems not to have your best interests at heart. You're going to feel kind of hung out to dry by this person, like they've just kind of left you and you don't know why. Like, you know, that you don't know why they would say one thing and then do something else, or you don't know why they would behave in a particular way. But it's going to bring a lot of positivity. You know, I feel like some of you are kind of going to be relating it to past issues, because we've got the haunted house. You know, you're going to be thinking, well, it's just like when this person did this, or it's just like when I experienced those feelings that I thought I'd gotten over. And it's important that you don't do that. It's important that you don't get into old patterns of thinking, because as these cards have shown, it's like you falling out of this prison. You know, you're going to be free to do a lot more things once this experience is over. We have I love football there, so there's going to be a lot of time for you to spend with your favorite hobbies or your favorite kind of leisure activities, your interests. All of those things are going to be really developed in the coming year. And we have the sunflower there, which is like the sun card in the tarot. So lots of positivity, lots of confidence and optimism. It's like the dawning of a new day, essentially. And like you come out of whatever this experience is feeling just a lot more free and happy, and feeling like so much more confident in yourself. Because it's possible that whoever this is, or it might not even be a person, it could be a job, as I've said, or a way of thinking. It's kind of kept you prisoner because you haven't realized just how attached you were to this person or to this job or to this daily routine. And so when that changes for you, when you see the truth of what it really is, it's so freeing. And you're free to make new decisions, you're free to change things. So a lot of change coming your way in the next year. Let's get your dice on top. Okay, so we're rolling the 5th set of dice for you, group 2, and those are the actions dice. These ones. And we're rolling 5 for you, so 2 5s there. 5 might be an important number. Oh, of course, because you've got Beltane, and Beltane is in May, which is the 5th month. Interesting. Look out for the number 5, or the 5th month. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we've got this kind of visualizing thing here where someone is drawing like their perfect friend or their perfect partner or their perfect version of themselves. And it's landed on that card Dry Desert, which is about feeling like there's no opportunities or like you're not getting the rewards for your efforts. And again, I just think it's about adaptability to the way that you go about things. So, you know, you're putting a lot of effort into one thing and then you realize it's not what you actually want. So I think a lot of you will be visualizing, maybe making vision boards, mood boards, etc., Pinterest boards even, changing the way that you think. And then you've got the person ringing the doorbell and then the person hammering really hard on the door. So I think there's going to be a lot of like realization in this year. I wanted to say month then because I'm used to doing monthly predictions, but in this year, a lot of realization, a lot of new understanding coming your way. And a lot of new people as well. I'm honestly feeling like you make a lot of new friends or acquaintances. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you move to a different city or you start a new job and you just get obviously a lot of new colleagues and new contacts, because it really feels like you meet a lot of new people in this year. There's like a lot of people knocking on the door of your life trying to get in. And then we have what always reminds me, like when I look at this dice, I think of this little girl who's playing with these dolls, but it looks like she's trying to get them to make up with each other. You know, when I look at it, I think that she is trying to get them to apologize to each other and to make up. And then we have these two people shaking hands and kind of putting their thumb up saying, yeah, it's all good with us. So with these two dice, I do feel like you make your peace with whatever the difficult situation is. If you feel like you're pushed out of a job or you don't get the opportunity you want, so you leave, then afterwards you kind of make your peace with that. You think, yeah, my time at that job had really run its course anyway, or you forgive someone for hurting you, or you feel like, you know what, it's best that they did that because I didn't need them in my life and they were really pulling me down. So whatever it is, you really make your peace with it, and there's a lot of positivity moving forward. So really hope you enjoyed this group too. Hope it makes sense for you as well. Please let me know in the comments how this resonated, and what you're looking forward to in the new year as well. You might want to put New Year's wishes for yourself and others in the comments. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. All of these things really help my channel get seen by more people. They help my videos get recommended more often to new people. So you're definitely helping out the channel every time you do something like that. And if you want to show your support in a different way or just get more involved with what I do on the channel, then there's loads of links in the description box to help you do that. You can go and follow me on Instagram or Billy if you'd like to. You can become a patron on my Patreon page and get access to the exclusive content that's on there, get to know me a little bit better. You also get monthly rewards depending on what tier you're in. You can donate to me. I have a tips and donations link on PayPal. I also have a new deck wish list over on Amazon, so like new tarot and oracle decks. A lot of the decks that you see here today were donated by very kind viewers and clients of mine, so definitely check that out if you're interested. You could get a new deck for the channel. And I'm still offering angel healing sessions on Etsy as well. If that's something that you're interested in, you can check out the page. There's a few things on there, but the main things I'm offering at the moment are the angel healing sessions. So thank you so much for watching this. Group 2, I hope you have a lovely year ahead, full of love and joy and laughter and positive change and good news. There's definitely a lot of blessings coming your way because you've got such powerful cards in this reading. And take care of yourselves, Group 2, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Hi there, Group 3. If you chose this bundle of holly and the Happy Tarot, then this is going to be your reading. So we're going to take a look and see what the cards have to say. Got lots of oracle cards as well, and then when I'm done with the cards, I'll be putting your charms and dice on top as always, so make sure you stick around for that and get your full reading. So let's look at major themes or main areas of your life where you're going to see change in 2021. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Wands there to begin with, then the Fool, Three of Swords, Five of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and the Chariot. Okay, so I'm seeing Cancer coming through as like the main zodiac sign. I'm not really seeing any major signs of any others. What's interesting to me is that you've got two major arcana cards, and then you've got Wands, Swords, Cups, and Pentacles. So it seems like a very varied year for you with a lot of experiences. And what I find interesting as well is that we've got this Fool card, so this energy of newness, a new beginning coming your way, like you start a new job, you enter a new relationship, or you just are so ready for a different way of life after the way this year has gone for you. And I definitely see lots of change coming through. With the Eight of Wands, I'm feeling like there's going to be opportunities for travel, there's going to be manifestation, there's going to be opportunities coming your way that you can say yes to that give you this feeling of freshness and newness. Then I also see a time in possibly the middle of the year where you just feel like things are a little bit lackluster. And so it could be that because you start the year off on this high note, or early on in the year you've got lots of opportunities, and then in the middle it's like everything finally catches up with you and you get that crash. You might feel low in energy. I think I said that was the Five of Cups when I pulled it out. I'm sorry, I meant the Four of Cups. So if I said that wrong, then I apologize. It's the Four of Cups. But yeah, I feel like you suddenly lose the energy, or you suddenly lose focus or concentration, and you start thinking, actually, why am I doing this? Or I find this boring or something, and you stop saying yes to opportunities because you just want time to yourself, but it's not really clear what you want to do, you know, that kind of apathetic, lethargic feeling. And with the Three of Swords as well, I think it's possible that you will get some disappointment in this year. You know, it might be that you fall out with a friend, or someone says something hurtful to you, or you go through a breakup, or, you know, a job opportunity just doesn't turn out to be the right thing for you, or you don't get offered the promotion or whatever it is. And that may be the trigger that leads you feeling, well, why did I put in that effort? Or, well, now I'm not going to focus on anything. You know, that kind of feeling sorry for yourself energy. But you do definitely pull yourself out of this. It's like this year has three clear stages from what I can see. Because then we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot. So it's like this energy of you thinking, actually, no, I'm not going to let this experience, this rejection or disappointment define me. I'm going to get back out there and start working hard. So I see you finding the energy all of a sudden and just being able to put that energy into the important things. You start plowing into, you know, whatever it is you want to do. So maybe you didn't get the job that you applied for that you really wanted, and then you go through this time of kind of wallowing and feeling bad about that, and then it's like, no, do you know what, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep applying for similar jobs, or I'm going to reapply again whenever they get another opportunity, because I'm aware of what went wrong this time. You know, you're just determined not to be beaten by this, which I think is great. So let's get plenty of oracle cards on top. Major themes and major changes. Okay, so you've got two of these Celtic tree oracle cards. Number 17, Own Fours, Gorse. And number 20, Yoho, You. So I will need to look at the guidebooks for those, because it's a relatively new deck, and I don't think I've pulled the Gorse card before. But I just want to get you another card before I do. Lunasa, prosperity. Okay, lovely. So you might find that the time of Lunasa is a special time for you as well. So not just that there's going to be prosperity in this year for you, which is a lovely message, you know, this feeling of harvest and abundance and rewards for your hard work. But also you might find that these things coincide with the timing of Lunasa, or that important things happen for you around the time of Lunasa. So yeah, definitely look out for that. Lunasa is like the harvest time. So, gorse. Let's find this in the guidebook. Oh, okay, so this is actually connected to Lu, the god who is celebrated at Lunasa, and also Persephone and all the maiden aspects of the goddess. It's also connected to the honeybee and the magpie. So this plant is all about fulfillment and abundance, sweetness, hope, persistence, which I think is kind of your word for this year based on what I can see in the tarot cards. It's also connected to Demeter. So that's really interesting. So yeah, this card in a reading represents abundance. Its hallmark is generosity. You're encouraged to share what you have with others now. Giving is the best way to receive. It's all about sweetness. How do you create the nectar of honey in your life? Cultivate an atmosphere of light and cooperation. Work with others to create good. This is a perfect time to give gratitude for what you have and to count your blessings. Be willing to stand as a light for others at this time and share your illumination. So that's a lovely message. And then the yew tree. Get to that. Okay, so the yew tree is associated with the vulture. It's also associated with Pluto, Anubis, ancestors, and the crone aspect of the goddess. So this is about death and rebirth, legacies, ancestors, transition, transformation, endings and beginnings, and reincarnation. Okay, so when you get this card in a reading, expect some sort of ending. What are you done with? What have you completed? What have you had enough of? What is asking you to let it go? You may not know where you are going, but you don't need to. The yew asks you to embrace change and to follow the process. Something is dissolving, so something new can be birthed. And that might be talking about this 3 of Swords / 4 of Cups energy, where you feel like something has come to an end, or you've not got that opportunity that you were hoping for. So that could tie in with that. So really interesting to see what other cards you're going to get. Wow, 11 cornucopia. Wow, that is really, you know, like strong repeated message here. And yellow seems to be a repeated color here as well. So yellow could be important, or you know, just a symbol of this energy, but that's lovely. Cornucopia, lots of blessings, lots of material abundance, prosperity, success, wealth as well. Then you have number 19, Dragon's Lair, and number 8, Come Together. So interesting, because that was talking about working together with others or helping other people out. So community is important for you at this time. And also the Dragon's Lair card, you know, that's saying that you can navigate any difficult experiences that you come up against in this year. You know, you're going to come up against adversity, as we do in every year. You know, nothing is always smooth sailing, but you're very well prepared for it, and you're going to manage this very, very well. Okay, then we have number 15, the Muse. So also expect a lot of inspiration from this year. So lots of creative output in this year as well. Some of you might learn something new in terms of creativity, like you might learn how to draw or paint or play an instrument or dance or sing or something like that. Pottery is also coming to mind for some reason. Learning how to make pottery might be something some of you have always wanted to do. I just got the image of the potting wheel in my head. Okay, and now we've got a few archetype cards for you. So I was asking, who are the most significant people for you in 2021? And when I say significant, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be your favorite people, but just the people who are going to have the most impact on your experience of 2021. So you've got 4 of these cards. Number 1 is Judge. Light attributes are balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, and shadow attributes are offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. And so the person who comes into your life, I mean, they might be a new person or they might be someone you already know. They don't have to have both attributes, just one will suffice to represent that person. So we've got Judge. And then interestingly, we also have Advocate. So there might be some kind of legal proceeding or disagreement that goes on in this year where you need other people to step in and help you. And again, that could be related to coming together and working with others. So Advocate says light attribute inspires you to put compassion into action. You might be standing up for someone else. Shadow attribute, embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. Then we have Companion. Light attributes are loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Shadow attributes are betrayal by misusing confidences and loss of personal identity. So when it becomes like codependent rather than a companion. And finally, Child Nature. Light attributes are friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. Shadow attributes are tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. And you have got a lot of kind of animal and nature cards, just in the imagery of your cards. So that's interesting. So let's get your work affirmation card for the new year. Oh, okay, we've got a few. Interesting. Okay, so balance. Burning the candle at both ends. That might give you the double the ambience and twice the scent of ylang ylang, but you can't keep up that kind of energy evaporation forever. This card is reminding you to sprinkle some balance into your work-life recipe. When's the last time you ate a good meal? Spent time with old friends? Set foot outside? If you're working so hard your tank is empty, then you're not really doing your job any favours. So take a moment to stop and smell the ylang ylang. Your full-time sanity will thank you. So again, I do associate the 4 of Cups card with this feeling of burnout. So you may just be doing too much and, end up just burning out, and you need to get that balance back into your life. Then we have unflappability. I am an unflappable god or goddess when my work is critiqued. When I receive criticism, I hear the feedback, accept what I need to change, then wipe from my memory any harsh words, tones, implications, or brazenly obvious eye rolls. I'm totally impervious to anything that would make the average person feel judged or insulted. Got that, you condescending dummy who can't kill my spirit? So this may be what makes you feel unhappy in this year, is that people kind of say something that you take the wrong way or say something in an overly harsh way, which again could kind of kill your motivation or kill your spirit a little bit. But as I said, you're well suited to navigate this. And then joyful space. Has your workspace slid from model of cleanliness to graveyard of mugs? From Pinterest pic to Kathy cartoon? Time to get a second job, the job of giving your surroundings a makeover. You may be chained to a desk, but it's not a prison. Unless you work in a prison, but even then you're not a prisoner. Unless you are, in which case, sorry. Use your freedom of expression to make your space as joyful as you can. Ditch the clutter, hang some pics, sage that cubicle. Spruce up your space and you'll earn the excuse to be lazy and messy all over again. So just trying to clear up your space so that it's not feeling clogged energetically, because that will also help your productivity. And again, we've got this kind of yellow energy coming through as an important colour. Phoenix. Wow, so group 1 got that card as well. So I will just get you one final card, an affirmation card, and then I'll read from this guidebook for you because it's a really lovely message, and then we can just go straight ahead and do your charms. So, affirmation 2021. Messages. I'm receiving powerful messages from my guides right now. I trust my feelings. Okay, so you're being asked to trust the messages that are coming through to you in the coming year. So let's read that Phoenix card for you. So Phoenix is one of the special cards, and it's connected to the root chakra. So it says freedom from suffering and past karma, reincarnation. The Phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The Phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication, tapas. The essence of the Phoenix is with us when we realize that we have been suffering for too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At that very moment, the spark of the Phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and dead weight fall into the ashes, and a lightness and clarity emerge. So just this really beautiful energy of burning through anything that's been holding you back. You know, this feeling of no longer staying in difficult situations or negative thought processes, and really reconnecting to that lovely grounding energy of the root chakra as well. So let's get your charms on top now, group 3, and just my quick 2-second warning. If you don't like the sound of the charms being shuffled, or if you have the volume on high, you might just want to turn it down quickly while I shuffle them, because I know that not everyone likes the sound of the charms and they can be a bit loud. So group 3, main themes, major changes in 2021. Okay, so we've got the letter B there. That could be someone's name or a place name. Could be a word that comes to you. And we also have the pumpkin. Okay, so autumn time, fall in America. Autumn time is going to be really important to you in the coming year, and that does also connect with the Lunasa card that you have. So I like that you've got that kind of repeated message there. Then you have the love and relationships ball, the rose quartz ball, and also a love heart. So there is going to be positive movement in your relationships. You may also get, some increased romance or improved romance in this year. You can see that someone will want to kiss you as well, or you'll want to kiss that person. And the happy face. Okay, so good things coming your way. Interesting that both of these charms have landed on the companion card. Maybe this person is already a friend to you, someone that you have a crush on or will develop a crush on. Angels are going to be helping you out in this year, and of course it's very similar to this image of the wings of the phoenix here as well, which I like. Then we have the fortress charm, the sense of you not wanting to open up to people, or being afraid to get out there into the big wide world, but you need that support because we've got the lone wolf charm there. You need to have more people around you. It's important that you allow people in, even if you're worried about criticism or you're worried about giving away too much about your thoughts or how you're feeling. It's important that you do let people in. Following in someone's footsteps as well. We've got this charm here about following someone else's pattern to success. So you're trying to emulate someone else or do what someone else did to be successful. Some of you are kind of remembering difficult memories from the past with the haunted house. Maybe something triggers difficult memories, and that's what causes you to feel unhappy or causes you to feel like you no longer have the motivation to get something done. The Coca-Cola bottle opener, this is about new discoveries, unlocking a difficult experience, lifting the lid on something and really seeing it for what it is and allowing it to be free, allowing that energy to flow clearly. We've got the bunny there. Some of you might be born in the year of the rabbit. And this also just has this feeling of playfulness to me, like light-hearted energy, not taking things too seriously all the time. And also the little boy. So this could be a symbol that some of you might be conceiving or spending time around friends' children or family children in this year. For me, the little boy also sometimes indicates that there is someone behaving immaturely, or someone just being really kind of not responsible or not sensible. So that might be someone who upsets you, or who, you know, says something in an unthinking way because they're not good with words, because they're quite immature. So that might resonate with some of you as what's going to happen in this year. Let's see if your dice fit in with this, or if they have extra messages. Okay, that is the second set of dice. So those are the original dice that we're going to roll. These ones. And we're rolling 3 dice for you today. Okay. Group 3, 2021, main themes, main changes. Interesting. Okay, so the parachute, first of all, that makes me think of escaping a difficult situation, or even escaping a situation before it gets bad. Like, you know, you see that there's risk ahead or there's danger ahead and you bail. So you see that someone, you know, shows you a red flag in a relationship, red flag behavior, and you immediately leave that relationship, whether it's friendship or romance or what, work relationship even, because you feel like, you know, I better not get involved with this person, or you sense that a project just is not going to work out, and you stop following it before it takes up any more of your time or resources. And we also have the dice here. So this is about gambling for me, not necessarily in the sense of like financial gambling, but just like risk taking, or leaving something to chance, like you allow fate to kind of take over a little bit. And then we have the Fountain, which is a bit like the Ace of Cups for me, the sense of fresh new energy, lots of emotion. I sense abundance with this dice, so I like that you got this one because it senses like positive things coming your way, especially in the realm of emotions and relationships. So just because you see this kind of 3 of Swords, 4 of Cups in the center of the reading doesn't mean that that's going to take over your entire year. You know, you might get scared whenever you see the 3 of Swords, as a lot of people do, but I really don't think it's something that defines this year for you. I feel like it is a stumbling block or like a bump in the road, and you just continue better than ever, stronger than ever, more determined than ever, with lots of new opportunities after that. So don't let that take up too much of your thought space when you're thinking about the new year. So really hope you enjoyed this group 3. Please do let me know in the comments how this resonated with you, what you're looking forward to in the new year. You might want to put some New Year's wishes for yourself or others in the comments as well. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notification bell so that you never miss a new upload. And yeah, I just really appreciate all of you, and all of these things that you do really help my channel get seen by more people. They help my videos get recommended more often to new people, so they help us grow here, this really growing family that we have here, which is really, really sweet. This channel has grown so much in a year. It's crazy. I never thought it would get this big. So thank you to all of you. And if you want to get more involved with what I do on the channel, or you want to show your support in a different way, I have loads of links in the description box to help you do that. So you can go and follow me on Instagram if you want to do that, or Bilibili. I have accounts on both of those sites. You can become a patron on my Patreon page and get access to the exclusive content that I have there, and just get to know me a little bit better and get monthly rewards in return for whichever tier that you join at. You can send me a little tip or donation via PayPal to help me keep making these videos. If you're feeling really generous, you can donate a new deck. I have a tarot and oracle wish list over on Amazon, so a lot of these decks were actually donated by very kind viewers and clients. So if that is something that interests you, definitely check that out. And I'm still offering angel healing sessions on Etsy as well, so if that interests you, check out the page. I have a few things there, but the main thing at the moment is the angel healing sessions. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful year ahead. Group 3, full of love and laughter and joy and happiness. And take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.